Okay, well it's day, what are we at? Day 5. Spent most of the day dealing with the Surveyor. Got the survey done today and it went really well. Obviously the boat has a lot of deficits, but none really that I didn't know about, so that's good. Well, we're at day 6. Basically more sanding, but it's almost done. The bottom is fully scraped. Kudos to my assistant, the owner of the boat, who did 90% of the bottom scraping. Did a magnificent job, amazing. It's done. As from yesterday, the boot stripe is on and now it's dry, so we can prime it tomorrow. I've just finished the final hand sanding of the starboard side, so it's nice and smooth. I'm going to put a little bit of primer on just a couple of spots where there's raw wood. There's only a few, tiny little spots, a few more up here, and then that'll be ready for topside paint tomorrow, which is always a bit unnerving. I'm using Petit EZ-Poxy, and I put it on my boat last year. It was fantastic, but we rolled and tipped it, and the stuff hardens, or at least gets pretty sticky in about 30 seconds. So it's a panic to do it on a dry, warm day. So we may just roll. We're going to do an experiment. See how that goes. You'll find out more about that tomorrow, or in 5 minutes. Other than that, we switched to painting mode, which makes me very happy because I'm kind of done with dust. I'm really done with dust. Pretty boat, getting lots of great comments. We're going to launch on Monday. It's Thursday now, and we should be able to get everything we need to get done, including refinishing the transom comfortably before then. All right, sand the port side. Good night. Well, welcome to day 7. It's going great. This is sort of the satisfaction day. Done really well. Last night we put on some primer sealer, which I believe is actually shellac. It's a Petit product, and it has incredibly smooth. So I wanted to put it anywhere that there's bare wood or anywhere there was epoxy. And so we're getting ready to give this just a brighten up sand and start to get some paint on here. I've got the belt line taped off. I don't know if this is the way everyone does it, but we used a marker to mark down from the bottom of the line when we could still see it, and put marker tapes all the way along, and then just painted black, or the belt line color, whatever that is, across the old belt line, and then measured back up with the same marker to put the bottom tape on, and then I just put another tape on exactly on the top of that to give the width of the belt line. And I've done that a few times. It seems to work well. You got to make sure that your topside paint is opaque enough to cover the black, but I've never had a problem with that. The other side's painted. Let's go have a look. Oh, it's got 1 coat of paint on it anyway. There you go. White. Is that bright or what? Hang on, got to not walk into things because we got everything stored on this side. So we've got 1 coat on of the topside paint. I won't touch it because it's still just slightly wet. But I don't know if you can see, this was only rolled, not tipped, and I'm very happy with the finish and the sheen. It is shiny, shiny, shiny. And of course it's about 1/3 as much work and about 1/10 as much stress. So that went really well. First coat of bottom paint, in this case we're using black underneath. The top coat, the next coat will be green. The idea being that if your bottom paint starts to wear off, you can see through to the bottom coat, and you'll know that it's time to get some more bottom paint on. Anyway, I've got no more room to walk back through here, so I'm just going to get sanding on all this primer. Oh, this is a lovely boat. Got hauled the other day. Absolutely lovely. Look at the pilot house on that. Anyway, and we're tight in here. Okay, get sanding on this shellac type stuff, and now that the sun's gone around the corner, we can get some paint on here. Exciting stuff. Cheers. Well, we're done. Fantastic. Again, a bit of a tour. I don't know if you can see the sheen down there. Just loving the way it looks. Now, of course, this is just the first coat. Well, welcome to day 7. All right, yesterday was a banner day. 1 coat of topsides paint, 1 coat of bottom paint. Went really well. Boat's looking great. Well, we're early in the evening of day 8, and we're almost there. Let me take you around the other side. looking really, really great. Got the green bottom paint on as the second coat over the black. The idea being, if we see any black bottom paint exposed, it means the green's worn right off. So hopefully that's going to work well. The keel itself still has black on it because we had 2 gallons of black, so we got 2 coats of black on, and only 1 coat of the green, and it wasn't quite enough to do the keel, but that's just fine. Belt light's on, the belt line is on. This side has had its second coat of paint. It's looking awesome. Really, really, really pleased. And we're just about to put the second coat of paint on the port side, which is not much fun, but it doesn't take all that long. My poor arm is beat rolling that on. The other project for tonight is to refinish the transom. We just got started on that. I took off the 2 steps, which are not all that meaningful to me, and we're starting to scrape and sand. It comes off a beautiful, beautiful red. That's Mahogany's in nice shape. Alright, so just finishing up refinishing the transom. The transom actually was redone a couple of years ago and it's in really nice shape. As I mentioned, I removed these steps that I really don't think are all that useful. Getting the finish to be equivalent across them, then I'll have to drill them and plug them. But let's just get all this old varnish off and some oil on. Although it will be varnished eventually, we're going to undercoat it with oil just so that we can get launched. Anyway, sanding, sanding, sanding. You didn't really want to watch any more of that, did you? Well, day whatever this is, launch day. And we're ready to go just about. I'm just going to put some oil on this transom. Just finished sanding it up and cleaned it up, and I'm pretty pleased with it. There's a couple of cracks in it that I thought were scratches at first, and I'll show you those. It's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal. Really pleased with the topside paint. Really pleased with the bottom paint. I got about 6 coats on below the waterline, so hopefully if that sloughs off while cleaning it, because that's where we seem to get the bulk of the growth, that'll last a little while. Topside paint, again, the Petit EZ-Poxy. I just love this stuff. It's fantastic. Not easy to work with, but not too bad. Anyway, okay, so we're a couple of hours from launching. I still got to put the zincs on the rudder. I'll get to that. And so let me show you what happened with this transom. Just up in here, I'm going to try and get you out of the sun. Well, I'm not sure I can. These lines here are actual cracks because this is not a close grained piece of mahogany. Here it's nice. You see the green lines close and parallel. Here this was not quarter-sawn, and as a result it's not ideal wood, and it cracked. It won't look terrible, but we'll get it. Get some oil on there, and it looks pretty good actually. All right, let's get to it. Well, I just mopped the oil on. One of the things I love about using tung oil is that you can really just slather it on. Alright then, well, I won't subject it any more of this. I'm going to go over it, rub it out, make sure there's no wet sections, and this should look pretty good. Cheers.